It can happen to anybody. And anybody at any stage of life, like any walks of life. I mean, there's people that were like 17, 18 that were, you know, really young and already experiencing it. Some people experience it just like, you know, because of the economy and COVID. And most people never expected to end up homeless. Especially when the rain came, everything like would get flooded, damaged. It was survival mode. You figuring out, you know, how are you going to get food? How are you going to do this? How are you going to get toilet paper? How are you going to, you know, everything? How are you going to dispose of your trash? How are you going to dispose of, you know, going to the bathroom and stuff like that? It becomes, everything is just purely survival, and you don't have time to really think about anything because it's always one thing after another. It wasn't until the outreach team came out and found me and then connected me with here that I really found out how many resources there were. After so long of living like out there, you kind of, it's different. I got used to not being around people and it, you know, not knowing what it was going to be like. But I also knew I had to do something different. Like it wasn't working. It wasn't what I wanted. And I knew that if this was the option to get into housing again, I was going to do whatever it took, because the longer you're out there, the harder it is. Since I had been out of work for so long, it was a good like step just to kind of get back into the work field and get back into like the routine of working and stuff again, because it is a little different when you haven't done it for a while. When you're homeless, you're in survival mode, but society looks at you differently, and after a while you start to believe the stigma attached to you, so it's really hard to break out of that stigma, you know. And then like mentally, like for yourself to find yourself worthy, like yeah, I go shower at the Y, but do you know how long it took me to like have the courage to shower there and feel like I belonged? Even though like yeah, I have a like gym membership, a YMCA membership, I still didn't feel like I belonged because of so long of being homeless. And still like today, some lady talked to me about using the shower and I'm like, no, I'm allowed to be here, you know. But yeah, it's just mentally to feel like a person again, you know. This job is like giving me that.
We have 20 to 25 folks here right now. What they're getting here now is stability, safety, security, community, and then all that comes with that. It's like any suburban neighborhood or street. There's people, there's dogs, there's pets, there's people going about their day. There's breakfast, lunch, or dinner happening. There's smiles. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes there's a bad day. There's trash going out. There's trash coming in. There's people buying stuff. There's people visiting. It's a normal neighborhood. It's a normal community.
A lot of people right now, especially people living off of disability, people with single incomes, there is not a lot of options. There's not a lot of low-income housing. So because of that, the wait lists are years and years and years long. So it's like we can do everything right and do all the steps. I mean, I went to detox. I've been in rehab like I did before getting into work and doing all that. Did everything they suggested that I do, and yet, you know, there's not a lot of housing. So when it comes down to it, it's not really the person that doesn't want to change or anything like that. There is not options, you know. So when you're in that position, what do you do?